while I was on 75 hard, like for some reason, it was like almost since I was obligated to follow the diet that I was on, it's almost like I wanted to break it. And now that I'm off the program of 75 hard, now I'm finding that it is easier to stick to my diet because, for one, I already know that I'm gonna see better results tomorrow and the next day and the next day. And I'm just tired of postponing any further results that I could possibly have. So it's just like, I want to just get this over with and fucking get to where I want to be without any distractions and with no more roadblocks or whatever, you know? So it's like, you kind of get to the point where it's like, you want to stop pushing the end result off. I mean, that's what you're trying to obtain, you say. So why would I keep pushing it off? But this is what really brings me around to my point. And I think another thing that drives me too is knowing that not everybody else does this shit. They say 1% of gym goers actually have a six-pack. So what does that say about the person in there that does? I mean, he's already like the top 1% just if you got a six-pack going to the gym. And obviously I feel like there's different factors to it than that, but I've been going to the gym for years and I've never had one. So, I mean, that says that I know how to work out. That says that I've got my diet down. That says like you're doing all of the different things, not just going to the gym, pushing weight and then eating like shit. Like, you are a well-rounded person. But that being said, I feel like the topic of the video is comparison the thief to joy? Because you always hear that saying. For one, I'm gonna say, how else do you know how to measure yourself if you don't compare yourself to others? At the very lowest end of the spectrum, say the homeless guy with nothing going for him. And then at the very end of the spectrum, which would be like Elon Musk, where he's like tons of different companies, multi-billionaire, doing whatever he wants. Like, I obviously fall somewhere on that spectrum. And since I don't want to be at the lowest rung of that spectrum, then I obviously need to take and heed some things that I see whenever I look at the lowest person on the end of that spectrum, right? As far as the YouTube journey goes, I'll just use this as an example because I'm starting out in the fitness space. And there's a lot of people that are ahead of me. If comparison was really the thief to joy, then that would mean that I wouldn't be joyful. But here's the thing, you just kind of get to a certain point where it's like, you're okay with being where you're at, and you know that the process that you've got to go through to get to the other end is necessary. And so you don't forsake the process. And so at this point where I'm at, like, I see those other people who have got awesome channels and stuff, but it's like, cool, man, that's some stuff I can strive for, but I'm like totally content with being where I'm at in my process, but I still do want more. So you've kind of got to get to a maturity level of, you see and you're using it and maybe taking some advice and seeing what can be, but you're happy with where you're at, and you know that if you just stay on your road fixing and fine-tuning your process, then you'll get to where you're going too. So I don't think it is the thief to joy. I think that actually it's very necessary to compare yourself to others. How else are you going to glean information? How else are you going to know how you measure and add up in the world, you know, if you don't do it? And for some reason, I've always done that. Like, I have always compared myself to other people to just see how I stack up. And I feel like one thing I've always done is I've just made sure that I was a little better, and not necessarily a little better, but always made sure I was just better than the next guy. And if I did that, then it was like I always stuck out. And I did it in basketball. I did it pretty much every single other endeavor that I've ever done. I don't know if it's a self-esteem thing, but it's just like, I feel like if it's possible, I want to obtain it. If it's something that I can achieve, why wouldn't I? And I obviously want to be better than this guy over here. I mean, you just basically look at people and it's like, if you can do it, then I can do it. I've heard a good phrase here lately, and it said that being humble is not thinking you're better than other people. It's knowing that you're no different from anybody else. And if people took the same exact actions that you took, then they would be in the exact same place that you would be. And so basically, I mean, if you think about that, we're all the same. But the only thing that is the difference in between us is all of our habits. There's that phrase too that says, everybody is self-made, but only the successful will admit it. So I just think it's, if they can do it, then I can do it too. And who knows, man, like, I might be able to just do it better. So if I hold my standard according to the best person I'm around, and I hold my standard higher than them, then I just feel like once I achieve that area of endeavor, then okay, boom, I achieved that. I'm the best at it. Now let's move over here to this other one or whatever I'm interested in at that time. You know, so I don't think comparison is the thief to joy. I think you need it to see where you measure up, but I think you got to hit a maturity level that says I'm okay with being where I'm at because I know I can't forsake and rush this process to get to where I'm going. I can't underestimate or overstate how important the journey actually is in everybody's endeavor, and they're all trying to skip it, but that's actually where fleshing the entire process is where you're actually going to gain the tools that you need to become what you're supposed to do and be one day, right? In the area of endeavor that you're trying to do. And it's also going to give you the wisdom of how to navigate it and then pass it out to others. And I'll leave it with this, but if the mountain was smooth, then nobody could climb it. Hey guys, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Please share, like, and subscribe for more content. Hit the notification bell below. Hit all so you can get all of my stuff that's coming out. Please follow along. Let's fucking go.